Hi, everyone. Hey, Leslie.
Hey, Adele, how are you today?
I am great. So here we are on another exciting interview with one of our teachers from the Art Connection, and I'm just thrilled to be here.
I know we're so excited to bring you this like such a great wide collection of artists as teachers to you guys. We're so excited, and today we have a gal, Noemi Smith. And she is a self-taught figurative artist with many, many years of experience. And she's really special because she creates fantasy and fan art inspired sculptures and which are one of a kind pieces that are sculpted in. She has many different mediums that she works in. So polymer clay, resin cast bust and figures, and she also works as an independent artist, which is in today's world is a tough thing to be an independent artist. So good for her. She is always striving to learn new techniques and to improve her skills, which is such an admirable quality of an artist, and her goal is to get into character design and makeup artists for the special effects industry. So without further ado, let's bring on Noemi.
Hey,
Hi, hello.
How
so
are
good to have you
you?
here.
I'm glad to be here.
We're so happy you're here. And you're originally from Peru, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm Peruvian. I'm a
Yeah,
Latina.
that's so great. And you're living in California now.
Yeah, it's almost 15 years. I'm
Wow,
a proud American, and yep, living the
that's
life.
great. Well, we're happy you're here.
Yes, and we're so excited that you're teaching at our first summit, and what you're offering is amazing. And
Yes.
I know a lot of people are excited that you're teaching these two classes.
I'm very excited for the whole idea that you guys are putting together. And I really had to take some time to thank you for this great effort. Like you said, in times like this, especially overall for artists, everything is becoming like harder to do and harder to make a living out of this, especially
Yes.
for the
Yes,
situation right now. But things like this are a big help to us, not just to advertise ourselves, but to share what we know with others. And right now there is a lot of need
Yes.
for people to cope with something else.
Yes.
And art is a great key when it comes to this.
Yes.
right.
Yeah.
Well, we're just thrilled to put this art connection together, and it's been a dream of ours, I would say, for the last year and a half to do this, and it is a
It's
massive
probably an
amount of
awkward
work. But we
year
have
for you
had
guys to start this, huh?
yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Challenging
who
for
kn-
sure, but
yeah,
I'm
we
really
didn't know
proud of you
this was
doing
going to
this.
happen.
Really, I can't say enough that, and I wish always the best. And you guys are you guys are doing a great job. I can't believe you guys are putting so much into this, and it's going to give back to you. You will see.
Yeah.
We're gonna
Yes.
do great.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
well, thank you.
Yeah.
We're just excited you're here, and we've got such a great lineup of teachers, and so we will just forge on because it's not going to be too long.
I
October
know.
8th is just right around the
I
corner.
know. And when we first
Yes.
started this, it seemed like we had all the time in the world, and all of a sudden it's like, wait. Now we
Yeah.
just have a little
Time
bit of
goes
time.
by.
So we would love to ask you some questions. And one of the first ones is, how did you start making art?
I was a call of an artist since I was a little girl, like very little. My thing was actually drawing and painting, and my parents took me to some classes for drawing and painting. But it's weird. All my childhood, I was the artist of the house, artist of the family, and everybody knew me about that. But I never touched clay. It was just
Oh,
drawing
hmm.
and like chalkboard and painting, and I never really touched clay. Probably play with Play-Doh, that plastiline child's
Mm-hmm.
thing. And I
Mm-hmm.
remember first thing as I made was a Mickey Mouse and little animals, but it was kind of weird for my age. I was like making things that an older kid will be making, and
Mm-hmm.
that was the thing that kept my family in awe because they were like, "Oh, this little girl has a lot of talent." But my family did not have the resources to take me to a professional school. And you know, when you grow up in South America, being an artist is not the thing. It's really
Yeah.
not the thing. Yeah, everybody will tell you, even here, huh? Everybody will tell you, why you want to be an artist? You want to
Yeah.
end up on the street. You never have money. You will never make kind of anything out of your life. You know, the classic. They tell you that. So
Yes.
I never pursue. I never trained myself when I was little or younger until I became until I came to this country actually, and I start searching for the fairies, the polymer clay fairies.
Mhm.
That captivated me so much. I probably start playing with this clay made of the cold porcelain made out of a corn starch and glue, literally.
Yeah.
That's the clay
Yeah.
they use in South America. So when I got here, I first learned about that, and I made my own. I was making figurines, and then I learned about polymer clay, and that changed my mind completely. I was like, I want to learn to do that. I want to do those beautiful fairies. And Patricia Rose is the first artist that I saw, and then Mark Dennis,
Mhm.
Deadwood, and that's how I started. And I did a huge research online. I was trying to find as many tutorials as I possibly could find, and I just started trying it on my own, and it
Mhm.
actually wasn't that bad. So I was like, okay, I might have some talent for this, and I just keep doing it and doing it, just like
Well, that's great. That's great. You've done just amazing, and it's wonderful that you're able to make a living at it. I know it's a big struggle, but
that.
you're doing what you love to do, and that's the main thing. You've got that passion in you, and you're just keep going with it. That's wonderful.
Mhm.
So, what tell us what inspires you and motivates you to create your art?
I love nature. I love like animals. They're big inspiration to me. Even right now, I'm into making monsters, and I'm actually learning and also myself training now in my last years, training and taking classes. And everything comes from what we see with our eyes or what we can tell. I also love the human figure. I love the females. It's just like a thing. I don't know. We are beautiful in general. So females are always going to be my muses just as animals, and
Mhm.
mixing the human with the animal creates the fantasy, and that is crazy because sometimes you can feel that you are some sort of a god when you create something that doesn't even exist, and
Yes.
that is what pumps me and inspire me. But if you see my works, you always see horns and wild nature animals. That's my thing. If I'm going to make a monster, I'll put horns on there, or I will make a fawn. Those are my big, and fantasy also. Everything is fantasy. I amaze
Mhm.
me that all
Mhm.
of that is my kind of inspiration.
That's wonderful.
I love that. I love the whole fantasy realm. And I also kind of getting back to what you were saying is that I think it's so cool that you have something in your head and then you're able to like bring it through your body into your hands and then create it. You know, that is just, it's a miracle and it's has a magic to it in itself.
It does have a magic, and that's what it gives you like in that stage. Actually, when you're working, sometimes you don't even think about something else. You don't even I don't even eat sometimes when I am
Yeah.
really concentrated, like when I'm
Right.
sculpting. And I know I'm not the only one. I know my fellow artists, they do have that. We
Yeah.
are crazy.
Yeah. I have that say my husband will knock on the door and he'll go, here's some lunch and just kind of like slide it in, you know. 'Cause you get so involved in what you're doing.
Yeah, we
And
do.
is there an element of art that you enjoy working with the most? Is there something that really in your art that really speaks to you?
Oh, like a medium?
Yeah, like a medium.
Like
Uh-huh.
a medium. I think I always gonna be in love with polymer clay because
Mm-hmm.
that's the thing that get me started.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever I do, I probably will always go back to polymer clay. Uh, I have tried paper clay, which we have the class for the ball
Mhm.
jointed doll. I
Mhm.
love that clay because it's gentle in your hands. You don't
Mhm.
have to fight it and kneading and hurting your fingers kneading. It's just soft and nice. So it's a good choice if you want to go gentle in your hands, and you can achieve just as great as details as polymer if you have more patience. You need a little bit more patience for paper clay.
Mhm.
And I also work with the water-based clay. That's super soft also. I have tried many things in the past years. Modeling clay is pretty awesome too. It Each clay has their own challenge, and pretty much each clay have their own techniques. That's something
Mhm.
that I learned. You can't do the same thing that you do in polymer clay in water-based clay. It's completely
Yes.
different.
Yeah.
But my love will always stay with polymer clay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's great, and it has a lot of flexibility to really create character pieces and fantasy pieces. I know. Have you worked with cosplay any at all?
Yeah, I have my share with that. The first batch that I got was too hard, and I was, oh my god, that killed my fingers. I still have there. I had to mix it. The second batch I got from the cosplay, it was actually a tiny bit too melty. So my idea is
Mhm.
mixing the two of them.
Right.
Oh
Mhm.
my god, it's magical. The
Right.
Yeah.
bend is
Yes.
incredible. That I love. So I think it's a great clay. I just have to give it more try. I haven't had really the time to give it more.
Right. Yeah. It's always fun to experiment with new mediums that come
Hmm.
out. So, tell us, why do you make art besides
Oh
trying
my
to earn
God!
a living?
You know, I was I was what is this word? I am thankful that I'm actually can make a living out of this. But you know, lately I am getting a lot into holistic healing, and I'm trying to learn about that a lot. I probably will end up learning and doing that more among with art. And you know, one of the things that the holistic healers have as a therapy for you to cope with life or traumas or sickness or, you know, mental illness, everything else, one of those things is art. I
Mhm.
actually never realized that until this point of my life.
Mhm.
Everything makes sense to me. So what do I do art? Well, what I make art is pretty much is keeping me like stable, and it's kind of keeping me alive, and is actually something that helped me to express completely what I am. And I don't know, it gotta be a stronger connection because I really love what I do. I don't imagine myself doing anything else.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I feel about art.
And I feel that there is like I'm personally on like more of a spiritual quest with my art now at where I'm at this part of my stage in my artwork, and so I can understand that bringing in that type of thought process of more of a holistic life, or I'm a yoga instructor, so I bring the yogic and Ayurvedic way into my art, so I can understand, bringing that whole quest, into your art, so it you can speak more clearly then, I think. So.
Yeah, it is true. It is a healing term. Art is healing.
Mhm.
And I actually know that for my students also. One of my students back in Peru, she actually was battling cancer,
Yeah.
but she never stopped doing art.
Mhm.
And she keeps saying that that's what it keeps her moving. It literally kind of saved her life. She's okay now. She beat up cancer. I'm
Yeah.
very glad about that.
Yeah.
That, and many times I sense that in my students in South America and also here. Everybody wanna have a little bit of like escape and release,
Yes.
and I totally sense this in people taking classes in person. Of course, it's hard
Mhm.
to do that online, but
Yeah.
uh, yeah, it's a little bit magical, and it helps. It helps people, and that's really great.
Yes. And that kind of brings up the next question. And you might have kind of answered this, but what connection do you have with your art?
Yeah, pretty much. um,
Yeah.
oh yeah, we are like, I mean, right now in this point of my life, I'm totally concentrating in my work and in my art, and that actually is good. And I hope somebody that is listening in this, uh,
Mhm.
we sometimes think that being selfish and thinking about ourselves is a bad thing, but actually everything has a point, a balance. Everything has a balance.
Mhm.
In this life, I learned, I'm 40 years now. I learned at this point of my life that loving myself is the most important thing in this world
Mhm.
for me. And after that, actually, after that, you are capably able to love somebody else, everybody else, and care for everybody else. Once you learn to value yourself, and I'm really sad about many young girls nowadays, they don't value themselves. They just learn to depend in other people and depend in material things. That's like the trend going on now with our youth, and it's very sad.
Yeah.
It's very sad. If everybody will learn to love themselves first, and then everything is going to flow from that, and you will grow as a person. So right now, I am one with my career. I'm totally concentrating that, and believe me, that brings you what do you go? What do you call? Oh my God, this word. Uh, that brings you a reward. That's
Yes.
kind
Yes.
of like that word. It's
Yes.
something else, but I can't come up with
Right.
the word.
Yeah. Well, it
It
brings you
brings
like
you,
a
yeah,
fulfillment.
it pays back. It
Yes.
pays back. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a fulfilling way to approach life because like you were saying, when you love yourself and you care about yourself, then it's easy for you to be able to give to others, um, and to give as a teacher, that makes it really wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we can definitely feel the passion that you have for your art. And that was going to be one of my questions about what does art mean to you? Well, we don't have to ask that question because it just comes out everywhere from you. We can see it, we can feel it, we can hear it. You're passionate about what you do. And I like the fact that you're a go-getter. You get out there and you're hustling. And I like that. I see that in you. You're
Yeah.
just today or yesterday, I saw that you're making jewelry now with the skulls and you're putting it out there. Good for you. That's
Yes.
Thank
good.
you.
Yeah.
That's the
And
way to market yourself and to keep
yep.
yourself out there. That's great.
Well, and to be an artist, because I'm a full-time artist also, to be an artist, you have to hustle. You have to have your hands in many
Yeah.
different things um, to make a living at it, so, but you're doing something that's, it's good for you and it's good for the world, which is, I think, really important. One of the kind of all this stuff leading into so why did you choose to teach? Why did you start teaching?
That came up actually years ago. A girlfriend from Peru, actually, because I always go there back and forth. And she told me, like, why don't you teach? That was, let me see, 8 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you teach? And
Mm-hmm.
that's another thing. Maybe somebody else might have the call about this. We artists are pretty much of a shy type of people. We are not really, most of us are not really like the chatty kind, the social kind. I don't know. Many people that I know are like that. They're very safe behind the screen than in person. But many of us, that was my case, and you won't believe that the way I have changed from back then to now.
Mm-hmm.
And I am still shy person. I don't really go wild like chatting, especially if I meet new people. I'm a little bit of a shy. Before it was worse, but I say okay. I follow this advice for a friend, and we actually started. We did the first class back there in Peru. We set up a small group, almost 10 people, I believe, and we made a fairy in polymer clay.
Mhm.
And since I started that, I noticed that my character kind of changed.
Mhm.
I was able to speak with people actually when we were in conventions or something, because even there I was pretty shy and I did not talk that much. But coming up and sharing what I know with other people, it ended up being captivating for me, because my thought is, back then when I started this, nobody was there to teach me,
Yeah.
and I could not find anything. I was just looking for picture tutorials or whatever. And but when somebody guides you, even in a video class, when somebody guides you, is different. It's like you don't have to cut corners or do experiments and messed up things, waste your time learning and trying to learn on your own, when you can totally have the direction of a instructor. That saves you a lot of time and you
Mhm.
get
Yes.
things faster.
Yep.
And yeah, and then I start connecting with more people, and I started speaking more. I probably will not be able to be holding this conversation with you guys here, but socially, that was a help for me. It changed my way a little bit.
That's
So that's
great.
why I start teaching, and I like it. And just sharing with people what I know is
Mhm.
it's
Mhm.
totally fine with
Mhm.
me.
And I think that's one of the benefits for the students out there is, many of the teachers, you've already been through all the mistakes, and you know how um, to get around, you can spot them in the students before they do it, or you know how to help them correct it right there on the spot, so that, they don't have to go through that long learning curve like we did. So I think that's
Exactly.
really wonderful. Yeah. And so, do you have one of your pieces that you're going to be teaching with us that you can
I can
show
take the
us?
dome model base so people can see it better. Yeah, I have the fairy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's the wild fairy.
Hmm.
Yeah.
You remember the movie Pan's Labyrinth?
Yes.
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 That she's inspired on that movie.
Oh, yeah.
It's something like the little fairy that was with the little girl there.
Yes.
Yes. That's great. Well, it's good when we see it like this because you really get an idea of the size.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she's tiny. I am pretty good making tiny little fairies. I'm going to go a little even smaller. I'm
Wow.
planning on making something like micro tiny, like
Yeah.
a challenge to me. And just lately these years, I was able to make a little bit about bigger pieces. I don't really make bigger pieces because they are hard to ship. They're hard
Yes.
to package and things. Yeah.
Yes.
So my thing was always this size or something small,
Mhm.
something small like this.
Yeah, and I would imagine that after a while, collectors collecting large pieces, they run out of room as well. I'm thinking,
Yeah, yeah,
where do you
that's
put
true.
everything?
Yeah.
I am thankful enough that the Queensland Museum in Santa Barbara
Hmm.
has two of my pieces.
Hmm.
I'm
That's
really proud
great.
about that one.
Yeah.
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 Well,
They're
that's
wonderful.
good. Well,
Yeah.
we're so glad that you're here, and it's just been wonderful to hear more about you and let everybody know, about your classes. And of course, you're teaching the BJD, which is the paper clay as well.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting class too.
Everybody wants to learn to make the BJD. BJD is
Yeah.
a ball jointed dolls.
Right.
Are very fun because they're dynamic. You can pose them. Actually, it's a doll that you can play with.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's more than your one of a kind display doll. This one you can play with them. You can make clothes. You can change the wigs. You can change the eyes. It's a really fun hobby, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we always do great with this class, and I know we will do great in your website too. And my class is actually I working in paper clay, but you can totally use the same technique for polymer clay.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
Well,
Totally, yeah. Actually, when I do live classes for BJDs, I rather do it in polymer clay because of the timing. The timing with the paper clay it's longer than polymer clay. You can take a couple weeks working in the paper clay,
right.
but if you do it with the polymer clay, because you can cure it fast, you can just work easy. So it's
Hmm.
either way. Either way, you can use polymer clay or you can use paper clay.
That's great. Well, I,
Yeah.
I know people are, it's funny because we were wondering how many people are going to take the time to do it? And now we're seeing people signing up for it. So it's like, that's great. That's
Right.
great.
This is the time for online classes, believe me.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah. And we
it
just,
is. Yes, it
you know,
is.
we just happened into it because we were planning this even before COVID happened. So we were, so that, you know, the whole COVID thing just kind of happened during our planning season of this. So anyway, so we're excited because now we're here that we can help so many other people and bring this to so many people too. So it's really exciting. And Noemi, do you have any parting words that you want to say or anything else, any other thoughts that you want to share?
Learn, grow as
Yeah.
much as you can because life is happening right now. Don't waste your time being sad. Don't waste your time being depressed or anger or all of those negative feelings. Waste your time. Be happy. Be happy and
Yes.
live today. Don't
Yes.
even worry about the future and follow your dream. Really your passion.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Those are
Oh,
good
that's
words at
lovely.
any time of life. Yes.
Yes, yes. And we're probably going to get some comments or questions after we are off of this broadcast. That for some reason it takes a while for the comments and questions to come in, and you'll get
Oh,
to see they'll post and we can
okay.
answer
I'll
them
be
back.
answering there if anything is going
Yes.
on. I'm
Yeah.
excited. I'm really excited for the upcoming
Yeah.
opening of the classes.
I
Yeah,
know. It's
we are
going to be really,
too. We are
yes,
too.
it's going to be
We've
so
been
much
working
fun.
nonstop trying to get
Yeah.
everything ready. So
Yes.
it's been a lot of fun. It
Yeah.
really has.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to be with us,
Yeah.
and we appreciate all your hard work. And and good for you. We're proud of you of all
Yes.
your accomplishments too.
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
Thank you for having me here once
Thank you.
again. Thank you for considering me. It's an honor.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for being here. We appreciate it.
And we'll be talking to you soon.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
See you
Thanks
later.
again.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
That was great.
Oh
It's good
man, that was
hearing
really,
her.
that's the first time that either one of us have talked with her. And that was really delightful. That was so
Yeah,
much fun.
I met her a while back, but we,
Mm.
it was just kind of, it was a short. We talked a couple of times, and we tried to get together on some things, and it's like life gets in the way, and then we wound up going in different directions. But it's nice to reconnect with her because she is
Yeah.
a very young, talented lady, and I think
Mhm.
that the world needs more artists, more
Yes,
artists
I
that are
agree.
willing to get out there and teach. And she really does a great job on that.
She does. Yeah. Yeah. She was a delight. And you guys remember that you can sign up for more than one class. We have many people signing up for many classes, which is really super exciting. We will keep this up even after October 12th. So you'll still have time to, you know, download things. And so don't worry about it. So sign up for what you want to sign up for. And registration will end on October 12th. So if you want to get in there between now and October 12th at the latest.
Let's see. We have a comment here. This is Pixie. She says it was a fantastic interview, feeling inspired.
Yeah.
Well, that's why we do these interviews. We want to inspire other artists and for artists to connect with us and to also learn about what we're doing in the Art Connection Summit. And we're so ready to share all of this with everyone. So keep those comments and questions coming. We love to see them. And I know our teachers love to see them as well.
Yes, yes. It's really exciting. And Dell and I have been working really hard, and we are so excited to bring this to you guys. And we just feel like it's something, we've worked really hard to make it something really special and to be something as an experience. It's something really unique for you. So yay. I'm excited, Adele. Yay.
Well, it won't be long.
I know.
What is it, next week or the following week is
Yes.
no, this week, October 1st, huh?
Yes, yes. So the countdown is happening.
It really is. It's coming
yeah.
here. Now I know that we started a year and a half ago and we were just kind of laid back, but now all of a sudden
Yeah.
it just everything kind of like, oh my gosh.
No, I'm like,
get everything done.
I kept thinking we had so much time, but whoo, okay. But we're excited. And we're excited that you guys are joining. We appreciate you guys so much, and we appreciate the teachers, and we appreciate the presenters who are going to be showing up too. So it's really, everybody has worked really hard and done a great job. So it's going to be something really special.
Yes, and we're thanking all the viewers that are here today. And like I said, please leave your comments and questions. And they are coming in a bit slow, but we will be here to answer them. And thank you again. We just appreciate you guys being here. So we'll be seeing you soon.
Yes, thanks, you guys. We'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.